In this video, I will show you how to find and highlight duplicate rows using conditional formatting in Excel like this. So let's get started. Here in this Excel sheet, I have 3 columns containing employee ID, name and department. Now I want to highlight duplicate rows in a light red color. I will use a formula using the countif function to do that. The countif function returns the count of the cells that meet the specified criteria. This function accepts 2 arguments, a cell range and a criteria. For example, this countif formula will count the cells having text A in the B3 to B6 range. It returns 2 because the cells B3 and B6 have the same value. However, this countif formula will return 1 because the value B is unique in the column. As you can see, if the count is greater than 1, then it is a duplicate value. Let's create a formatting rule based on the formula. To highlight the duplicate rows, I will first add one helper column at the end of the table. Now I will join all the column values together for the first row using the ampersand sign like this. This cell now contains the combined value of all the columns of the first row. Drag the formula so that every row's combined data is generated in the helper column. As you can see, if the rows are duplicates, the combined data in the helper column cells are the same, otherwise it is not. So I will apply the countif formula to the helper column to highlight the duplicate employee rows. Select the range of the cells containing employee data, that is B3 to D8. Do not select the helper column. Now go to the Home tab, click the conditional formatting option and then select the new rule menu item. Select the use a formula to determine which cells to format option from the rule type list. Now we need to enter a custom formula that either returns a true or false value. I will use this formula that searches the first cell value of the helper column in the same column using the countif function and then checks if the count is greater than 1. I will make the helper column range reference absolute using the dollar signs like this so that it does not change when Excel applies this formula to other rows. Since we want to highlight entire rows, I will also make the helper column reference, that is column E, as an absolute reference using the dollar sign like this. So when Excel applies this formula to other rows, only the row number will be incremented while the column is locked to the helper column. Excel will automatically apply this formula to the remaining cells in the selected range by keeping the columns locked. Now click the Format button to open the Format Cells dialog box. Since we want to change the cell background to red, select the Fill tab from the top. Select the desired background color to apply to the rows. I am going to choose the light red color. Click the OK button to close the Format Cells dialog box. Make sure to check the preview section to confirm the cell format. This custom cell format will be applied to a cell only when the formula we entered returns true for that particular cell. In this case, this format applies when Excel finds duplicate values in the helper column. Click the OK button to close the conditional formatting dialog box. As you can see, all the duplicate rows are now highlighted with the light red color. You can now hide the helper column if you want by right-clicking the column name and then selecting the hide menu option. This conditional formatting rule is dynamic, which means if you modify any value, the format will be changed automatically based on the column values. For example, if I make any row unique, the cell background color will be removed automatically like this. Similarly, if I make any row duplicate, the row will be highlighted in a light red color like this. Watch these videos for more Excel tips, tricks and how-to tutorials. If you find this video useful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.